welcome to the Wired Community YouTube channel. First off, thank you for clicking on the video, and I really do appreciate the interaction. Please leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought. What I'd really like to talk to you today about is phishing scams, and this is not F-I-S-H, but phishing with a P-H. This is the technical term for what a lot of nefarious people do on the internet to gain your information, to gain access to your accounts, and things of that nature. And so we just want to bring awareness to those, so that those that are most targeted by these events or these attacks can be more knowledgeable. So my hope is that this is informative, that it's something that you guys find value from, and that you can share with those people that you may know that need the help, that need the education to keep their financial information secure, to keep their Facebook and Instagram accounts and those kind of things secure, so that they retain control of their information, because that information often finds its way to very nefarious places. There are things like the dark web and such, that your data, your passwords, all of that makes it to that then people can use to gain access again to your bank accounts, to to anything that you do online. And so it's imperative that we take care of ourselves, but not only ourselves, our community, and to be honest, the most targeted group of people will be those that are older, that didn't grow up with technology. So real quick, what is a phishing scam? They range from email based to Facebook, and it's really just an attempt to get you to click on a link that looks legitimate or looks like it's from somebody that you would interact with, and it's really a spoofed website, or a form that pops up that says, hey, you need to log in. And a lot of people are like, oh, okay, and they put in their username and password, and the risk is that you can lose anything from your Facebook account all the way up to your credit card information, your normal banking information, things of that nature. And more nefarious than that, a lot of the attacks can install malware on your system, allow others that shouldn't have access remotely to your computer to get onto your computer. And then again, really the big ones are the financial scams. You'll get emails from like Amazon, you'll get emails from other companies that look legitimate. They've got all the images, they've got mostly correct wording, and things of that nature. And it's like, oh man, somebody ordered something on my Amazon account. Oh crud, I need to go click on this link and log in and dispute it. I didn't buy a PS5. I didn't buy an RTX 3090 Ti. Oh my gosh, that's thousands of dollars. I can't afford that. And so it pulls at your emotions, and what you want to make sure that you're not doing is allowing your emotions to run you. Take a moment to read through the emails that you get, or the Facebook links that you get from friends, and make sure that it even seems possible. Again, it's targeted at anyone. So, I get emails like this all the time. Friends of mine on Facebook that have unfortunately fallen victim to these things. I'll get messages from them all the time. But really the financial ones hurt everybody the most. And you will find that the majority of the people targeted in that range are going to be the elderly. So, certainly 65 and above, but even younger, nowadays, I'm 42, and people that are in their 50s are less likely to be very technologically savvy and will fall victim to these things easily. And that's what this is about, is to give this education to those people so that they don't. Because there's scammers mostly in India, and there's some great YouTubers out there that that wreak havoc for the scammers, and I love their videos and I love the work they're doing. But they exist, and they prey on the elderly. You'll never generally get a call from them on the weekend. You'll never generally get a call from them during working hours. If you're, a younger generation that's tech savvy that understands these. So I want to give a couple of examples, and we're gonna change over here to my display, and I've just got a few emails and even a Facebook message that I saved. Now these are extremely obvious. These are poorly done emails. All of the good ones, unfortunately, I've already deleted from my email account. But you've got these open immediately, like, oh my goodness, this is important. And again, the better ones are never really going to be this bad. But what you can see here, first off, ExxonMobil, which, everybody knows Exxon. But as you see, like, this isn't even an email to Exxon. And then more in line is if you hover over any link, you can get a sense for whether or not it's legitimate. And as you can see here, this is not a legitimate link. This takes you to some site. I'm not going to click on it. But even more things to look out for is, by law, anyone that's doing email advertising has to have this unsubscribe link down here. And what you'll notice is if you hover over this link and then you hover over this link, they're the same link. So because they know that by law they're supposed to have, or legitimate businesses are supposed to have, an unsubscribe link, all they do is they put their bad link in there twice. And this link can take you to a website where you may need to put in some username or password, or more likely something like this is going to be, getting you to open this link and go somewhere that's going to, behind the scenes install something on your computer that can be used to either gain access or capture your keystrokes, things of those natures, so that they can still get what they want without it looking too bad, like, oh man, I know I messed up kind of deal. Then we've got this one, avoid alert case, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Undisclosed recipients. First off, if this is a legitimate email from Cox, it's going to be to your email account. Okay. Especially if you have an account with Cox. Again, this is not a legitimate Cox support email. This is either somebody that's lost their email account or just somebody that didn't spoof their email very well. And again, all of these are very easy things to see that are wrong. The better ones are much more difficult to detect if you don't know what you're looking for. And again, you can see here, really bad English, as well as this really broken link. And as you can see, it's a shortened URL, a shortened link. And again, more really bad English. And so while on the surface, somebody who's really not understanding what they're seeing could get scared, click the link, log in, and then their account information is open to the world, or open to whoever has access to where this link goes. And then just, again, there are a couple more like this. You're going to get more that are legitimate looking, and action required, verify suspicious debit card activity. This is something that you're going to get from your accounts, from your financial institutions. Here's the problem. I don't bank with Bank of America. And even if I did, this isn't an email from Bank of America. one of the big things to look for is modified emails. So you're generally going to get a no reply from bankofamerica.com or something to that alert or to that effect. But ealerts.bankofamerica.com is not a legitimate domain for Bank of America. And so you've got to be very careful. And again, undisclosed recipients. Like if you're getting something from your bank, it's going to be to you, and there's going to be very specific information in there about the transaction, about what they think may be fraud, so that you can confirm it, deny it, or anything of that nature. And then I think this one's a Wells Fargo one. Again, it's a very similar style to the Cox one. So, and avoid alert. Again, really bad English. As you can see, this is horribly spoofed. It's not even spaced well. Like you can just tell just by looking at it. Even an untrained person is going to be like, oh yeah, this ain't real. And then again, Wells Fargo isn't all spaced out like this. We require all customers to update their account details. Update your account here. Well, they're not going to have a smart URL.it blah, blah, blah kind of link in their emails. They're just going to have a legitimate link. Now, what are some things you can do to protect yourself from this? First off, if you open an email or you click on anything, take a look at the email. Take a look at the email. Just make sure that the data looks legitimate. Okay. And by looks legitimate, obviously this is something that's horrendous and nobody's going to click on this. But they do get better. So if you see a link, hover over the link. If it doesn't have any hover text, then never click on it. And if it does, then you're going to see that it's either legitimate or it's not. Legitimate entities are not going to have shortened URLs like this in their emails. They're going to take you to a wellsfargo.com/customer service or whatever their domains are, but they're not going to have anything that looks like this. And again, always read the emails, make sure that the English is good, and it doesn't look formatted and horrible like this. And it's really, if you have any concerns about anything you see in an email, call your customer service for that financial institution. See if they did send an email like, hey, yeah, no, we had a data breach and we need everybody to log in to their accounts and change their account information. And in that case, then you can just go to their website, log in, and all institutions, whether it's financial, whether it's Netflix, whether it's whatever, is going to have an option for you to change your password. And so yeah, I mean, those are the main ones. I want to give you another example. A friend of mine on Facebook, unfortunately, has fallen victim to this a couple of times. And it looks like a legitimate link. Someone, look who just passed away, I think you know him. And really what this is you click on this link and, there may or may not be a video, there may or may not be a link to whatever, but really what the purpose of this is to get malware onto your system so that they can get your Facebook account information so that they can continue doing things like this. And another reason behind that is a lot of people use the same username and password, for Facebook, for Instagram, for TikTok, for email accounts, for banking accounts, for credit card accounts. All of that is generally on the same username and password. We're not very creative creatures when it comes to our personal security. Our works generally do a good job at forcing us to change passwords and have different stringent requirements for a password. But when we're at home, we generally just, I want my life easy. And we do things, I'm a creature of habit as well. But some of those are habits we need to break so that we can be more secure online. So I hope that the information here has been very useful to you. My real goal is that if you find any of this information useful, to go ahead and share this, with your parents, with your community, people that may not look on YouTube that often, that may not get kind of this information shared to them, and just give it to them and say, hey, get these weird emails, heck, have them give you a call and see if you can determine, or if you think it's something that they should or could click on. The reality is, though, is if they have any concerns about any emails or links that they're sent from a financial institution or from anywhere, again, it could be Amazon, it could be Netflix, it could be AT&T or Verizon. All of that data is up for grabs, and really, if they have any concerns or questions, they should just call their provider or their financial institution and make sure that they're taken care of appropriately. But yeah, if you did find this information useful, feel free to like, feel free to subscribe. Really appreciate it. Again, drop a comment below just to make sure, A, that I know you saw it, B, if you have ideas for other content or what you thought of this content. Anyways, this has been Thomas for the Wired Community, and we really appreciate you guys stopping by. You guys have a good day.